Now, let's go back to the multi-track editor in Audition. The multi-track editor only changes one part of Adobe Audition, which is this middle window here, the editor window. Instead of seeing one big waveform, now we see a bunch of different tracks that will eventually contain much smaller sets of waveforms. And on each track, you can have what is called a clip. So I'm going to bring in from this files window over on the side here, the demo recording that we did previously of me talking. And that is a clip that I can place on my track. Now these are stereo tracks, which means they can have a left and right channel. But for the sake of this is a mono track, which means it only has one sound, one channel on it. But you can put a mono clip onto a stereo track and it will work just fine. So the different things that you have to note main on here are the different edits on the track and the different edits that are available on the clip. On the track, you can change the volume of the track by turning the volume either up to the right or down to the left. You can generally work with that. You can go up and down or you can go left and right. They both work well. And the other thing you have is the stereo balance or the panning of the sounds. And that changes which ear you're hearing the sound in most. So if you go all the way to the right, it says R100 there. That means you're only hearing the sound in your right ear. If you go all the way to the left, it says L100, which means you're only hearing the sound in your left ear if you're wearing headphones. Or if you're using speakers, a stereo set of speakers. Set that back to the middle there, which is 0, and that means you're going to hear it equally in both ears. The other controls here to note are the mute button, that's M. That just makes it so this track doesn't make any sound when the whole thing plays. There's also the solo button, which ensures that only this track is heard when you play, and the record arm and input monitoring buttons. The record arm button, what it does is it prepares this track to be recorded on. Under here, you'll see the input that's set for this track, and if I hit record, it'll use that input to start saying, okay, now there's sound coming through onto this channel. If I want to actually record this track, I can click the record button down at the bottom. And you'll see when I start doing that, that the sound starts filling up this track with a new clip. If I hit stop or click this stop recording button, I have a new clip now. And that new clip shows up nicely in the files section on the left of Audition. Now I'm going to delete that one and we'll look at this one quickly for your controls that you can see when you're looking at a clip. I'm going to zoom in a bit, make it a little bit easier for you to see. Get nice and big, and I've just done that by holding Control and scrolling to zoom in widthwise and holding Alt and scrolling to zoom in height-wise. You can also do that with these controls at the top or the side of your screen. If I drag out this way, it shows a larger portion of my session. And if I drag out this one this way, it will show more of my different tracks.